Now, get ready for the hottest podcast coming out of Dallas, Texas, with Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. Stars talking Cowboys. Let's go!
Yo, here we go again, back up on the scene. Stars talking Cowboys, you know what I mean. The podcast repping everything with silver and blue. Keeping it real, that's what they do. Let me tell you about the crew. Sean Fox, spitting facts. K Boogie's giving game. Nikki's got the stats, so of course she covers everything. It's showtime, so let's get to the biz. And that Stars talking Cowboys, yeah, you know what time it is.
Yo, welcome back to another podcast episode of Stars Talking Cowboys. Starring Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki is in the building.
You gonna dig this. Let's go.
What's up?
What's going on, player? What's going on?
Hey, we are here.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoying this nice Texas weather.
Really?
Yes.
Old here in New Jersey.
I'm out here in the Mecca.
All right now.
As they so to speak. So with that being said, welcome to another edition of our Stars Talking Cowboys. I am one of your hosts, Sean Fox. We got K Boogie on the line.
What's going on, people?
And the Queen will be on in probably just a moment. You know what? I know we usually start out talking about our Cowboys, but man, the news about the Michigan coach.
I saw that. I saw that. I don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't. I don't understand. What's wrong with these individuals, man? What's going on? You can't actually, even if you are attracted to somebody, right? You don't have to go through with it. You can just admire them from afar. You don't have to go through with it. Like, there's so many attractive people in the world. That doesn't mean you got to touch everybody you see that's attractive, especially of the opposite sex. Like, you can admire somebody. Why though? You with a high profile position job, especially in Michigan, and you're gonna like dabble and do some other things. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just can't understand for the life of me. Why would he even put himself in that position?
You know what? And I think the thing for me is the coaching job in Michigan is a high visibility job. It is a high profile job. It is, I don't want to call it the Mecca of college football, but it's up there. You know what I'm saying? It's if it's not top 5, it's at least top 10. You know, and we don't know everybody's mental states. Hey Lisa, we don't know everybody's mental states. So still, why fuck up that opportunity? Is that the best time to use right now?
I don't even know if he's married or not. I'm just saying, just because you find somebody attractive doesn't mean you have to go all the way with it. I don't understand. Was he enticed? Because I don't know the whole background or whole story, but was he enticed? He couldn't say no. Come on, brother.
Right.
Yo, it's crazy. It is crazy. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. It seems like it happens all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like you see so many pretty women in corporate America, but you can't step that line. And the coaches should be the same way.
Yeah.
1 2 on my end.
You're in. What's up, Wayne?
Good.
What's up, man? How you doing? How y'all doing?
I'm good. Just trying to find out what's up with the Michigan coach.
We're talking about this Michigan coach.
Oh, was it sexual? Oh, was that he's not a high school coach?
No, the Michigan Wolverine football head coach.
Wolverine coach.
What happened to him?
He got let go today.
He got fired. Inappropriate relationships with a staffer.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? I got it mixed up with I think Mount Vernon High School coach.
Oh yeah, him
coach
too.
Got caught with some
Mount Vernon's in Westchester County.
Yeah, that's in New York. I actually this my grade school years were in Mount Vernon, and Mount Vernon is the mecca of basketball, high school basketball, and this guy is a big name, and they said he was like with 13 and 14-year-old kids, man. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's bad too.
Yeah, that's
I don't understand. These coaches, you're in a position of power, you're in a position of authority. Why even do that? I don't understand. What happened to the women your age? That's another thing. What happened to the women your age?
It's a sickness, man. It's a sickness. I mean, they just can't help themselves, man. I don't know.
Sickness ain't the word for it. I mean, I got children.
Kev, you a mess with hot sauce.
Kev, see, he a mess. He got it bad, yo. Kev, yo, we might have to give you a therapist or something, bro. You got it bad, you got it bad, bro.
I thought the stomping of the lions would stop all this, but I guess not.
Come on, man. See, we didn't even get to the good part yet.
I'm just saying
the good part yet.
Yeah, we ain't got to the NFL yet.
Oh, word.
That's right. He talking about stomping. Here we go. Hey, you know what 5 means, right? I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. Hey.
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
I got you. I'll protect you, Kevin. Don't worry. I got you, brother.
Kevin's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like I said, I'm not. Hopefully, and then I read a report that that the police and the authorities had to get called because he was threatening suicide. So I hope the brother gets himself together.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I hope he gets himself together. So, so
excuse
me. To make a long story short, like I said, I hope the brother gets it together. But we got to do better as a people. You know what I'm saying? We just got to make sure that we are. All eyes are on us
every day.
Yeah, all eyes are on us. So we got to make sure that we do what we got to do.
They on us all the time. We got to do better. Just like I said, I mean, just say no. We have to wear a T-shirt that says "Just say no." Damn.
So with that being said, let's move on to the NFL. It was a very interesting week. Very, very interesting week in the NFL. And I think we talked about this earlier. We talked about this earlier in the year that the parity in the NFL is really, really showing.
Yes,
it is really showing. And number two, it also depends on your schedule. It also depends on, the schedule that you got. You play a last place schedule. And you just happen to get a decent team, you got a chance to make a run. Good evening, Nikki.
What's up, Nick? You sleep?
No, I'm not asleep, but I do not feel good. Mind your business. I'm on this show.
Hey, I just see you later.
Hey, but I got a message for you, Nikki.
But I'm here.
I got a message for you.
Yes.
You ready to read this message?
Oh Lord, here we go.
Hey.
I didn't even see it. What did it say?
Okay, so my dog. Okay.
Hey, fellas, I was looking for my future baby mama, Nikki. I am on vacation, so I'll watch the show when I get a chance.
All right, I'm here.
See that? And you all dolled up for him too, laying down in that.
Hey, but mind your business.
down. You lay it down. Everybody can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm done.
What are we talking about tonight?
Well, we just started off talking about the Michigan coach.
Oh my God. Trash dummy.
Just say no, baby. That's all we ask. Just say no.
So what's your
Well,
thoughts
he on his
that?
way to jail right now.
Kenyatta, share this to my Facebook like you did last time.
I got you.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Nikki? Besides that, he's on his way to jail.
He I mean, how you mess up $12 million?
Oh,
That's how you put yourself in that situation to mess up $12 million. Not only that, you have a wife, you have kids. That is embarrassing. That's a total embarrassment to not just his wife and kids, but to his family, to the players, to the people that still some sort of confidence in him. But I feel like she just as responsible as him. I feel like if he got fired, lost his job, I feel like she should be fired as well because it takes two. She knew he was married. She got pictures with her, taking pictures with the wife, and it's crazy. Like some stuff you automatically know that you need to leave out of certain things. If you want to cheat or do something different, all you got to do is go talk to your wife and tell her you don't want to be in this relationship, this marriage no more. But the problem is he already knew how much he was going to be responsible for. But you done made it worse. Then you go break in the woman's house? What's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah.
So they finna make an example out of him, though. They show about to. He in the wrong place to be doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, it's crazy. Like, why would you not only mess up your money, but mess up future things for you? Because if they would have fired him in 3 years because they didn't feel like he was performing with the team, he would have still got paid, got all his money and got his whole buyout. Now you get nothing. And on top of that, they saying the girl pregnant. So now you finna face the wife finna divorce you. The girl finna have a baby. She finna take it to the bank. So what you gonna have? And no school gonna fool with you because they have donors.
Right.
And with having donors and with this type of behavior, and they hire him, the schools are gonna risk losing the donors.
Man.
So I just think it's a bad situation.
How old is she?
They didn't say her age. I haven't seen her age yet, but she looked young.
I ain't seen her picture.
I ain't saying like young underage. She looked like she could probably be in her 20s, late 20s, early 30s, kind of.
What color is she?
But
I was going to ask that. I'm glad you did, Kate.
Child, I'm going on mute. He done did all that for some salty. Let me go on mute.
I guess. Oh, so that's the answer. She ain't of the community.
She ain't a dime piece. Dang.
Oh my God! Why?
She's not an ugly girl, like a lady, but it's the principle that you messed up your bag for some outside whatever.
$12 million.
Was he set up? Was it a setup?
For $12 million, I'm gonna wear.
They say somebody snitched. They say somebody snitched, and they moved swiftly to get all the information they needed because they didn't want, because they already were losing donors. Donors was already backing out on sending them money, so they had to move quick. And they said that they moved so fast that they didn't even give him a chance to appeal it. He can't even appeal it because it's part of the contract. It's part of the contract, and they have text messages, they have pictures, they have pictures of them leaving the campus like after hours, late or whatever. So, and the person that told them, I said was a very reliable person that told them. So that's what made them start digging into it. But they moved fast. So
Wow.
So she
I
was
hate that.
a former staffer.
No, she was still there. They both were still working there.
I heard he wilded out too when he found out. The
Well,
police had
yeah,
to
that's what he
contain
did.
him.
He been breaking her house, and they
Oh,
said that he was doing making suicide, like talking like he like suicide, but he broke in our house, and they said he was talking like suicide, so that's why they arrested him, and he is at the jail now.
What's gonna happen to the kids? The kids getting ready for a bowl game, and then they have to deal with
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yep. Well, that's what the man said. Whoever the big person is, he said that's why they made the swift move they did, because they didn't want this to be a linger on, knowing that they was trying to prepare for the Citrus Bowl. So they
So
said
he
that
has 3 daughters. He has 3 daughters.
3 daughters.
how many black coaches are in D1? You can
Hmm.
count them on one hand, right?
Exactly.
So now
Exactly my point.
he's gonna hinder future applicants with these
Exactly.
actions
Yep.
because they lump us all
Everybody into
together.
one basket. Yep.
Yeah, so he just man, this is bad. This is bad.
Self-control. He doesn't have self-control. That's the thing. No self-control.
That's exactly what it was. No self-control.
Mm. Damn.
Like I said, with $12 million, I'm locking myself up.
Some of these dudes, man, they just can't control themselves. It's like I don't get it. I don't get it. And he ain't, like you said, when is he going to get another D1 opportunity? He's never going to get another D1 opportunity.
He might not get another opportunity.
Yeah, his career is over.
Yeah, his career is over.
Yeah, his
career
is 100% over.
Yeah, well, he's going to be a high school man. He can't even do high school. What is he going to do?
Ugh. I don't get it.
It's over.
I don't understand.
I don't understand it neither. And obviously he don't neither, because I guess he thought they would never get caught. I guess he thought it would never happen.
Mm-mm.
And what was her position exactly?
She was his administrator.
Oh, she was right in. She was like,
She was making $90,000 a year.
But she's gonna be fine.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's not. I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like that's fair, because at the end of the day, they both did it. She clearly voluntarily messed with him and was messing with him. So I don't feel like that's fair. If you're going to fire him, she should be fired as well, because they both had inappropriate relationship.
I get that, but when you're in a position of authority, they can always, the other party can always play victim. They can always they can always play the victim role.
You're right. They can. But I mean, if they have all these text messages like they say, if they have proof of some things like they say, then it should clearly tell them that she was in this on her own. He didn't force her. It wasn't no force. It wasn't none of that. If they have all these text messages like they're saying back and forth between them.
That's why was it inside job? They have text messages already. It
sounds like it was a money thing. It sounds like it was a money grab. Yeah.
Yep. That's what they saying, that it was. They said it was an inside person that told them about it, and they started paying attention to it and following it. And from what the man that spoke said was that they moved swiftly to get text messages, records, and things. They was already doing all that before they even knew about it. And he said that's why it was like an open and shut case, because of the text messages, the pictures that they received, looking on camera, the interactions that was happening on, when they were leaving the office, stuff and things like that. They had all that information. So that's why they didn't have to give him a chance to appeal, because they had so much solid proof.
Somebody didn't get their palms greased enough. That's what it sounded like to me.
Well, it sounds like they never really wanted him to have the job in the first place.
I don't think they ever wanted him to have it anyway.
So that's
come on now. Yeah, come on now. We all know that story right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So they were looking for something, and he provided it for them.
And he provided it for them. Yep.
So okay. So he had an interracial marriage anyway. So
right. So it's not like it's a black and white thing. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a black and white thing, because he already married to a white lady.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, like,
you
better have some type of self-control. I mean, dang.
I just think sometimes people move in ways that they don't think they'll get caught. They think they untouchable, or they think they so slick with doing what they're doing, not knowing that people is paying attention to certain things.
Well, I think we've given this topic enough conversation.
Yeah, it's a sad situation. We just move on from this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel bad for his kids. Yeah, I just feel bad for the kids.
100%. All right. One more topic before we get to the NFL. All these schools that are backing out from these bowl games, and which with the most notoriety, one of them being Notre Dame. I got mixed feelings about it. First of all, and I think that some of these conferences are going to sue some of these schools, because that's money that can go to the conference. So, what do you guys think about these schools backing out of these bowl games?
My thing is, why though? That's the thing. Why you want to back out the bowl game? That's my thing. Why? Give me a valid reason why you want to back out. Because they're not thinking about the student athletes. They're not thinking about the seniors who want to go out on a high note. You don't want to think about the younger sophomores and freshmen that need actually more experience. So they're not thinking about that. It's like it's personal for some reason for some of these executives. They making executive decisions and not knowing that basically maybe these kids want to play.
Well, think about it from the other perspective too. There are a lot of high-profile players that skip bowl games.
It's true.
Yeah, they do.
So do you want to go out there and take an L on your record because your quarterback is saying that he doesn't want to play, or your star running back, or your star linebacker, or whoever, they go out there and they don't want to play because they don't want to get hurt and mess up their draft, their draft status. We all know why Notre Dame did it.
I know Notre Dame, but the other schools are not like Notre Dame now.
Yeah.
So that's why I said the other spectrum of it.
Well, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at my boo for Notre Dame. I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at him either. Shit, I'm mad for him.
Yeah, I feel like that was completely wrong how they did that. And I'm not saying that because of course I have me and Bama have our bad relationship. I'm not saying it because of that. I'm just saying that, I just think that it wasn't right. It wasn't right to leave them out, and they only had 2 losses. But then you have to look at it the other way as well. The 2 losses they had were to top teams. So you have to look at that as well. So I know they said next year they're talking about changing it again, so some of these other teams don't get left out. Or whatever. So I don't know. So we'll see next year. They're saying it's supposed to be different again next year.
But it doesn't matter because Notre Dame had signed a basically, what was it? They put in writing if they were in the top 5 or 6, they were going automatically to the CFP.
No, they're in the top 12.
Top 12.
Top 12.
So it was already basically in writing already. So next year they're in no matter what. If they're in the top
Right.
12.
Right. Right.
The only thing is, I think that Tulane or James Madison shouldn't be in it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Tulane and James Madison. Tulane already lost to Ole Miss by 35 points already.
I can agree to that.
And and first and foremost, there's no disrespect to those two programs. They won their conferences, and according to what the bylaws or whatever the contracts say, those two schools get those slots. But we all know that, even if it wasn't Notre Dame, you went down at least 7 or 8 teams that was ahead of the next ranked team. I don't know if it was James Madison or was it Tulane that was ranked next. But there are some good teams that lost out because those two schools got in. And it's going to be a big payday for those schools, and congratulations to those schools. They're going to get that they're going to get that money, they're going to get that TV exposure, and it's probably going to help the recruiting out.
I don't know, man. I don't know. James Madison though, and Tulane though.
Other
think about that.
Schools, huh?
Think about that. James Madison and Tulane. Just think about it being in the college football playoffs. Those two schools compared to the other schools that's in there right now. That to me, it doesn't feel right. You feel like somebody got paid off.
Ole Miss this is about to be a spring scrimmage for Ole Miss.
They're going to make a statement because they want to prove the.
What's your thoughts on that, Wayne?
It's going to be crazy.
I don't follow college football as much as the NFL. Some of these lower tiers, it's a funny thing. You have to make it a national championship, so you have to include these conferences, to give off the appearance that you're being fair and all. But, some of these, like you said, they're not gonna. These are cakewalks, and it's not gonna be. Yeah, they're not gonna be entertaining. So I don't know. Outside of the school getting money, I don't see, the value in it. Notre Dame, they have enough power where they don't have to be in a bowl game, and they can use that for next year. Like you guys said, they're gonna be in there, whatever their contract is, but. It's just I don't know. I don't have a problem with the team Notre Dame walking away from a bowl game. If this is like a protest thing, they're trying to make a statement like, "Hey, man, you can't be doing this to our kids. We had a pretty good season. We're one of the top 12 teams in the country. I don't know how you can do this to us." So, and they have such a large following. I'm sure the committee is going to think twice the next time they do something like this.
Yeah.
Don't forget, it was either them or Miami, though. And that right there, that's been a debate for the last 2.5 months almost. Head-to-head match.
Who beat? Miami beat them.
Miami beat Notre Dame the first game of the season. And that's where I think that's the thing that I think that decision by the committee was more media driven because, like you said, that's all they've been talking about for the last, month at least. Miami is ranked under Notre Dame, even though Miami beat Notre Dame, and then they even said on Sunday, that, the committee said that they went head to head on that and then put Miami in over Notre Dame. And no disrespect to you, Kenyatta. Alabama did not deserve to be in that game as a 3-loss.
I basically don't agree with that because we won. We have 4 straight games against top 15 teams and we won. On the road and at home, especially with Georgia. Georgia was the number 3 ranked team, and we beat Georgia on the road. We're dealing with a lot of injuries right now, so we did not look good. And dropped like 6 passes on Saturday. So I understand, but
this will be no different than you have the top 7. You have the top 7 playoff teams in the NFL for each conference, and because we beat the Eagles the last time we played them, they take the Eagles out and they put us in that spot. I know that's not apples to oranges, but that's the analogy that we just put there. You got a lot of other teams that were 11-1, a lot of other teams that was 12-2, over a 9-3 Alabama. So
but strength of schedule though, Foxy, our strength of schedule was up there though, and our quality of wins were up there. So that's why it was the quality of wins and the strength of schedule.
I get that. But if we're gonna put James Madison and Tulane in there, then what's wrong with the other 11-1 and 12-2 teams?
Strength of schedules. That's what.
So then Miami should be in there then.
Hey, listen, that was an argument for
because if we talk about head-to-head wins, our beatdown of Arkansas was a lot more impressive than some of the SEC teams beat down of Arkansas. So I it is what it is. I'm not gonna, I'm over Notre Dame. I think that's where I'm at right now.
There's only one way to solve it. Like I said before, some other friends, I said, why don't they just let Notre Dame and Miami play on a neutral field and solve it? That's it. Why don't you just do it that way? That's to me, because they do it college basketball. They're doing it college basketball right before the tournament starts. They have a playoff like that. They should do the same thing.
That's just going to open up, more. Now you're going to have now you're going to have 16 teams in now, or you're going to have 20 teams in, like they're doing the NCAA. We started out with 64, now we're up to 70.
like was it 66, 65, something like 67? I don't know, but
okay.
That's the only way you can solve it though. Let them play on a neutral field, just them two. I mean, that's what I would do. Let them solve. Hey, there's 2 weeks between the games anyway, so why not play this weekend? Let them play this weekend, and the best team wins. That's it.
All right, back to the NFL. So where do we want to start? On. Do I want to start? Do we want to start on the Cowboys loss, or we want to start on the Eagles loss?
I told you they probably both were going to lose. Remember I said that? I was like, I just do it.
Thank God. I won my pool this week because y'all boys lost. I picked them Chargers.
It was
you did.
Picked them Chargers.
You definitely did. you most definitely did.
But we can talk about the Cowboys first if you want to, because to be honest with you, we win that game too. We win that game. I think their speed on offense. And then the way their defensive coordinator just he picked on our weaknesses, which is the right tackle and left tackle. Even though Dak Prescott had a 370-yard game, they were picking at our weaknesses, to be honest with you. And our special teams, our coverage teams was really bad. I don't know what was going on, but it was really bad. Every time we score, they started basically field position either from their 38 to in their 45-yard line. I'm like, yo, what's going on with special teams? It was horrendous.
Well, my thing about it was we start off too damn slow. We are not going to be able to come back on every team. We got to come out with a drive, a passion. The offense has to score. The defense got to stop somebody. We can't win the toss, receive the ball, and go 3 and out. You can't win the toss, defer to the second half, and give up a touchdown. You just can't do it because you're behind the 8 ball on either one of those scenarios. So Shotty's got to figure out a way to get this team rolling from the first snap to the last snap. And that's my take of this game. You know, we started too late. And we got in the game, we got it to 27-30. And then we let them roll out 14 straight points.
Defense.
Yeah.
Gibbs, actually Brown and Williams. That's what killed us.
Montgomery had a jaunt for about 40 yards up the middle too. Don't sleep on him. He did damage.
Like I told you before, I wasn't worried about him. It was those three.
You never worried about anybody,
because
man.
It's the speed, though, Wayne. I look at the speed. I know our deficiencies in our backfield. I know you put together a track team and a really accurate quarterback. That's basically a formula for disaster with our secondary because we can't rush the passer consistently. And I'm like, and I said that last week. I said, listen, they're gonna line up Gibbs outside, which they did. Yep. And Williams is a cheat code. You have to double him at all times. I watched him play at Bama. I watched Gibbs play. And then Brown was supposed to be hurt, but he played. And I'm saying to myself, did he? That speed. That's one thing we lack in our secondary is speed. And then I'm not even going to talk about the linebacker position besides Overshown because Gibbs had a field day.
Yeah, that's speaking of our linebackers, Kenneth Murray is just out of place. Shit. 2 out of 3 plays. He has a very slow reaction to the ball. You got 2 stud D tackles up there. You got 3 stud D tackles up there that are eating up blocks. Read and react. That's what linebackers do.
It was a good game. You were in the mix. I think CeeDee Lamb going down was huge because he was having a hell of a game. And this Pickens guy is this personality starting to rear his ugly head a little bit. He didn't step up his game when he needed to. And a lot of lazy routes or stop running and just not have the attention to detail. And that's a bit of his MO, but maybe this was just a one-off. And but then he went on social media and started saying stuff. It's just it's just not a good look when you're having such a great year that he's having, to have a little setback like that where people start questioning your character again. You seemingly almost erased whatever was going on, what happened in Pittsburgh, having this incredible season, and then in one game, and it's not really fair to him, but this is the NFL, this is social media, you got on it, and it's just not a good look for him.
What up, Jeep? Listen, I just think he had one bad game. He was getting doubled, and I think he was playing hurt a little bit. They're saying he had a calf injury as well, so I don't know. So, I mean, hey, Flo, he stepped up. I'm glad that he stepped up as the number 3 receiver. Ferguson's still fumbling the ball. When he tries to basically break tackles, just go down. But like I said before, we can't have basically 3 turnovers and expect to win that game. Whenever we have 3 turnovers and we don't cause any turnovers, we usually lose. We can't have that either. We can't. That was big. Those 3 turnovers was huge. So, I don't know. It is what it is. We just have to now. We got to run the table. We have to run the table moving forward, and hope Philly loses at least 2 of those games to the Bills or the Commanders, because I don't think the Raiders are going to give you guys too much of a fight this weekend, to be honest with you.
We'll just have to see.
Have you watched the Raiders play?
Yeah, they're terrible. I watched them when you guys annihilated them. Their offensive line is, non-existent, and that's it. You don't have an offensive line, you don't have a team. That's my philosophy, and they don't. So they don't have a team. We should get right, but we've had so many games where we should have won, but there's always mistakes. There's always, like this particular game. Well, we'll get to ours, but it's like you can't have these mistakes over and over and over again and expect to beat any team. Any team. If they have 5 turnovers against the Raiders next week, the Raiders can win. They have professional players out there. They can win. You give them short fields. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. I feel confident. I think that Lane Johnson is coming back. They play so much better when he's in the lineup. Hopefully, Jalen Carter will come back soon. I don't think it's next week, but he should be back before the playoffs and supposedly, healthy or healthier. I knew there was something wrong with him. He wasn't, penetrating at all. He wasn't the game-wrecking presence that I know that he can be. So I'm looking for us to hold you guys off and get 2 key members back and hopefully have a home game, at least one, and go on a roll. It's like, as bad as things are, there's still everything right ahead of us. And this league, like you said, with this parity, you don't know what could happen. It's like anybody could win this thing, anybody. And, that's including the Eagles.
Your boy Brown, for the last 3 games, they 0-3, and he's averaging over 100 yards.
Yeah.
So that's telling me right there that Hurts is basically trying to feature Brown and is causing some chemistry issues on offense.
Yeah, this game was really strange, too, because, as bad as Jalen played, he always seems to make a play that can win the game. And in regulation, he threw a complete dime to A.J. Brown, and he just dropped it. And I've seen him make that catch dozens and dozens of times. And then, the OC, this guy is, I don't care, they looked a little bit better, but he's so bad. In overtime, I don't see why he didn't go to the same play that A.J. dropped. Most OCs, they do that. They come back to a play that, it was semi-successful. It was either successful or it has an opportunity to be successful. He didn't go back to it. So it's every little thing. It's a lot of little details. One of the things I want to say, even Saquon Barkley, he had a good game. He ran over 100 yards. But there was one play backside way open. His vision's not there. He could have ran for a touchdown. And then there's the other thing. I'm just it's one of my pet peeves as a former running back and a guy who coached, little kids at the running back position. They threw him a pitch. He gets the ball. He keeps it in his right hand. And he gets a 10-yard gain, but he could have got so much more if he kept it on the outside and used his offhand to stiff arm. He could have got so much more yards. Little things like that are the reason why this team is not winning these games. Small little things like that, little fundamentals, football 1-on-1, that Saquon should know better what he's doing. So it's a race. Y'all are in the race. I'm not gonna say, we definitely got it sealed. Saying I thought this game would have put y'all away, and we blew the opportunity.
Yeah, you guys did, and I don't want to beat a dead horse when I make this next statement, Wayne.
Don't say it. Please don't say it. Don't say that. Don't say it.
I don't want to beat a dead horse.
You gonna talk about kissing your sister again?
I don't want to be the dead horse.
Half a win. You talking about the half a win?
But if you guys lose 2 games and we win out, what is that tie gonna do?
But it could also work the other way. You can get close enough for that tie.
Go back to what I said. If
And
y'all
now
lose 2 games and we went out, what does that tie do?
Oh God, man, dude, you're never gonna convince me that this tie is a good thing. You're never gonna convince me that.
But that's all right though.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, K Boogie. If we went out and they lose 2 games, what is that tie gonna do?
We're gonna win the division, and plus we're gonna have a better division record anyway. Because one of those 2 losses gonna be either against the Giants or the Commanders, right? And we gonna beat both of those teams because we went out. We would have lost only 1 game in the division, and that's to the Eagles. So there, you got to look at that too. That tie helps us.
But the first, I ain't got the first. It's not a tiebreaker, but the first, it's gonna go. It's win percentage first. Then you go to division matchups. Then you go to conference matchups. Then you go to points. So, okay.
We gonna win anyway. We gonna win. That's the thing. We gonna have 2. You got 2 other columns checked off. You better not lose, buddy. You better not lose.
You better not lose. You better not lose.
Hey,
how about
listen,
that? Y'all just marking it in. We went out. If we went out,
it's the truth.
I said it.
2023.
What if we went out?
If you went out,
then we're out.
If you went out,
what if we would go 3-1?
Y'all win the division.
Okay. Exactly.
What if we go 2-2 and y'all go 2-2? Or y'all go 3? If y'all go 3-1, if you go 3-1, right? Because of that half a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, we are both quick to answer those. You can't answer the question.
I can't answer the question. What?
If y'all lose 2 games and we went out, that tie will help.
Okay, you just throwing out scenarios. Y'all just throwing out scenarios.
Okay.
And the scenario you keep throwing out is that y'all win out. Now, odds are you're not gonna win out. I just don't think you are.
Why not though? Why not?
I think the Chargers is gonna beat you.
Chargers don't play that well on the road.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I'm concentrating on Minnesota right now.
Yeah.
They got a little confidence. They got a little confidence with their 35-0 win this past weekend. So that they put a donut up. So they got a little confidence in them.
So it's this we went out. There's other scenarios in there that y'all not talking about.
Yeah. But to be honest, though, losing to the Cardinals, that may come back to haunt us. And the Panthers, those 2 games might come back to haunt us, to be honest with you.
Those are 2 NFC teams.
What's up, Brian?
What's good, B? Yeah. I just don't like the fact that we lost the
all of the NFC conference games are gonna come back to haunt us. We didn't beat the Bears. We didn't beat the Bears. We didn't beat the Cardinals. We didn't beat the Panthers.
Right.
All of those games are conference games, and that's why I stress that every year. You have to win your division games, but you also need to win your conference games. If those 3 games were won and the others and AFC games we played were lost, it wouldn't hurt us. It wouldn't even really matter. But the conference games is what got us.
But don't forget too, if we'd have beat both the Panthers and the Cardinals, we'd be basically in first place right now.
Right.
And that's why it hurts so much that we lost to both of those 2 teams. And we usually beat the Panthers. We just can't beat the Cardinals at home.
I don't know why we cannot beat the Cardinals at home.
They got us.
They got our number.
Yeah, they got a gremlin in our locker or something.
Nah, it's bad with the Cardinals.
We just can't seem to beat the Cardinals at home. When I saw that game on the schedule, I was like, this is a game I could not really tell that I don't think we're gonna win. It was just, but I had hope that we would win because Kyler Murray was really the one that was our killer. But I'm like, okay, he's not playing, but defense. Defense made um Jacoby look like made him look like he was Kurt Warner back there.
Yeah, he
I'd
did.
rather play the 49ers than the Cardinals, to be honest with you. Yeah, our defense makes well in the first half of the year, our defense made everybody look like a Hall of Famer, to be honest with you though. Our defense was really bad. It was bad. It was very bad. I mean, I don't know why Flus is still here. How does Flus still
I
be
don't get
employed
it.
with the
I
I
Cowboys?
don't
think the
get it.
biggest thing for me was threw for 1,000 yards. They got benched the next week. That's how good we made Russell Wilson.
Rusty Russ.
Yeah. Hey Tisha, how you doing?
I don't know, but why is Flus still here though? Because somebody please tell me. Nikki, I know somebody got to be telling you what's going on because there's no way. There's no way. Why is he here still?
Well, for one, Jerry and them don't like firing coaches in the middle of a season.
Mm.
That's just not they path. That's just not what they do. Um, Stephen Mind's frame is I'm not gonna fire you and I still pay you. Um, I'm not gonna fire you and I still owe you this particular amount of money for this season. I think Eberflus is only on a 1 year deal. Um, so from what I'm hearing is that they are already communicating about it that they do plan to let him go at the end of the season, but they just don't feel like it's the right thing to. They don't want to let him go now. They don't. They just feel like let him play his season out. Let him play it out because they don't. They don't believe in firing coaches in the middle of a season, and they don't believe in letting a coach go and they still have to pay them. So they pay them.
So the expense of their team, they're gonna leave the coach there. They could have demoted him or something.
Right. Just take it from him. I don't know. And then I was like, hey, if they decide they're gonna keep him, that means we need to get zone defensive backs. Simple as that. I just mean we need to get zone defensive backs because that's what he likes to play. That's what he's showing us is that what he's gonna play no matter what. I don't care what he see on that field and how bad he see these DBs getting beat up with this zone defense. He's not gonna change it. He's set in his ways. He just won't do it. And that's the reason why I got mad at Brian for a while, a minute, because I'm saying you the head coach. You see what's happening with your team, with this team, with the defense. You as well as the head coach know, or you should know your personnel. You should know your players' strengths and weakness, and it's showing every game what their strengths and weaknesses are. So, as the head coach, I just feel like he should have been the one to step up to Eberflus and tell him, "Listen, we're getting beat bad. We have man corners. We need to be in man defense. If you can't get us in man defense, then I'm gonna need to sit you down and let somebody else that here that can do it because we can't continue to play this way. We just can't do it." So I don't know. I know Brian said today that it was gonna be a change with the stuff with the special teams, and it was gonna be a change with some of the stuff on defense. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Because your boy Murray, man, if you see him in the store, just be patient with him. Okay, just be patient because I don't know what's going on with him. I really don't.
His IQ is low. He have a low IQ, and his attention to detail is not there. His reaction is really slow to what's happening. He's a liability. He's a liability on the field. And then you got to think about we still got poor tackling because I mean I watched and I look how they grab some of the players and Bland always getting manhandled on the perimeter. and in the edges. How many times your shoe gonna come off while you trying to tackle somebody? How many times your shoe gonna come untied while you trying to tackle somebody? He looked terrible. And it's making me wonder, did we pay him too soon? Did we pay him too soon? Still doing the same thing. He's still doing the same thing. Nate Thomas had a bad game, and that's a game. I mean, he had been playing well, but he had a bad game. I just think this was a bad game. This was a bad game all the way around. Besides, before CD Lamb went down, I seen the Pickens mood shift.
Right.
I seen how he didn't have the same energy that he has had the last past games. Kind of reminded me of how Amari Cooper would do if the game wasn't going right or it didn't look like it was going. It kind of reminded me how he was shut down in big games all the time, and I was like, so this is what Pittsburgh complaint was. This is what Pittsburgh issue was. It was like I hope he's not going back to those ways because we don't need that. I didn't like his response to Richard Sherman.
Right.
You have to be able to handle criticism, whether you think you deserve that criticism or not. You just have to be able to handle the criticism. I'm not a Richard Sherman fan. I don't like some of the things he say about players, whether it's true to him or not. It might not be true to us. It might not be true to the player. But I just think that you have to know how to respond. And to me, the best response was no response. And coming back to the game, coming back in your next game and balling out and showing up. Coming back to your next game, balling out and showing up. That's what I feel. But I get he was in his feelings, he was in his emotions, he was in his feelings, and he just ripped it. He just ripped it off. And and they think because they delete a post,
yeah,
somebody is gone. Somebody already didn't got it. Somebody already didn't screenshot it and captured it. But that's why I'm glad Facebook finna start letting you know who to screenshot your shit. Because we finna find out who the screenshot committees are now.
It's a lot of that though. It's a lot.
Yeah. We finna find out who the screenshot committees are.
But do you think he's a little bit immature only because he's 24 years old as well? See,
he could be a little bit. Yeah, of course. And I honestly think that his mindset is when he is to win, or his mindset is that he wants to catch every ball. And yes, I feel like he has 24. His age does play a role, but that's why you gotta have strong head coach leading, and you gotta have strong headed players around you, and you gotta have great mentors around you. So you don't do these things and make these mistakes because you're playing for a contract, regardless of what. You're playing for a contract. So I don't care that your numbers are out 1,000 yards or whatever. That in the end, that's not gonna matter. What's gonna matter is the way you handle things on field, off field, and respond to things. Stopping your route, doing lazy routes, letting somebody just rip the ball out your hand. Those are the type of things that they go back and look at on film. No one is saying he's not a good receiver. I still feel like I still like him, and I'm still glad we have him. But when CD Lamb went out, he was supposed to take completely over. That was his time to take completely over. And he failed at that task. He failed at it. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if Lamb. I doubt if Lamb playing Sunday night. I doubt it.
Oh no, he shouldn't play. That was bad.
And I don't think he should play.
Yeah.
That hit kind of reminded me of the Tua hit, and of course it's not his first concussion. This is his third.
Mm.
He had one in college. He had one when we played against the Chiefs that year, and then he had this one. So I don't think even though we had like the extra time and this was considered like an extra bye week, I just don't feel like he should be out there playing on Sunday night. I just don't. And I haven't heard him say he was gonna play. Just heard him say that he it was one day at a time, blah blah blah. But I don't honestly feel like he should play. And to be honest, I feel like this is a time for your other receivers to step up and show us if they worthy of still being on this team. Talbot, Florney, and Mingo. You got them for a reason. Now, your number finna be called. So we need what you gonna do? Talbot already know he on thin ice. Florney, he could be auditioning for another team himself. We don't know. Mingo, we never seen Mingo and Dak together. We never seen Mingo and Dak play together. So this will be a perfect time to do this and see, But I just wish Pickens would have handled the Richard Sherman criticism different. The penalties we got clean up. The penalties are just ridiculous. Now I know that offensive pass interference against Jake Ferguson was bullcrap. And everybody know that was not no offensive pass interference. But it's nothing we can do about the refs. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing we can do about them. They are who they are. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to call the game how they want to call it. They're going to miss some plays on both sides. There's going to be some missed things. That's just what happens in football. It happens. But my thing is, I don't like the fact that they miss calls or they make a certain call that makes a difference in the game. And then that Monday, they get on there from New York and say, yeah, that shouldn't have been overturned. Yeah, that should have been overturned. No, I wouldn't threw the flag on that. No, I would have threw the flag on it. It's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's too late. Yep. And they should be trained enough to know this. Like I said, I get that they can't see everything and they miss they miss things. They miss some things on both sides with both teams. I get it. But when it's a make or break for a game, you can't do that. They gotta be. You just can't do that. And every ref knew there wasn't no offensive pass interference. He knew that. But it is what it is. It's can't probably spoil milk. It's gone. The only thing they can do now is try to show up these last 4 games. That's it.
Yeah. We dug ourselves in this hole.
Right.
We dug ourselves into the what ifs and if we do this and all that kind of stuff. So, the only good thing about these ifs is that we still have a chance,
Right.
But our chance is depending on somebody else's blunder.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't rely on that.
You don't control your own destiny, and that's not a position you want to be in.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. And that's why I always say you have to play the game for yourself. You have to play the game to win the game for yourself because you can't depend on the refs to get a call to go this way, that way. Just because we see it on TV or we see it sitting in the stand, that's blatantly holding right there. They holding. How they done missed that? That was, pass interference or that was face mask. Just because we see it on TV, I have to be fair with the refs. They're trying to look as much as they can on the field, so they miss some things. And then sometimes they look right at it and just say, I'm tired, I'm ready to go get this game over with.
I know Fox don't like that. I know Fox don't like that.
I will digress on comment on that. No, I think for the times where, and Nikki, you said it earlier. The refs miss calls.
Yeah.
I did basketball last night, and um, my partner saved me on something because the angle I couldn't see a certain foul because it was the angle of the players didn't allow me to see it. And everybody was, oh, you cheating, this and that, you cheating. Okay. Like I had to tell the coach, I didn't see it. And he told me, well, you should have saw it. Okay. Well, coach, there's 10 players there was 6 players in the lane, and I just couldn't see it. Luckily, my partner did. It's harder for a ref to stay focused on a blowout game than it is for a tight game. Secondly, me watching professional referees miss calls makes me feel better about me. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel better about me not getting a call right every now and then, because these guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars to miss a call.
What did y'all think about that safety? Was that a safety or not?
No,
it was a safety.
It was a safety. Only because the ball wasn't in the end zone when he basically made first contact. That's what they said too, and I was right. You got to be in the end zone. The ball had to be in the end zone, and it wasn't.
It didn't seem like they had enough to overrule the initial call.
Well, they didn't have.
You just have you just have to break the plane. You don't have to. That wasn't enough proof to overturn that.
Well, in football, it's a little different. The ball has to be totally across. And for it to be a safety, the ball has to be completely across. It has to be completely across the goal line.
Yeah.
Versus on a safety, it has to be the ball has to be completely inside the end zone.
It looked like
it was a touchdown. Yeah, versus a touchdown, it just has to break the plane.
It looked like it was completely in.
I thought it was a safety.
I thought it was too.
I'm the only one that didn't think it was a safety when I first saw the replay. I'm like, the ball wasn't in the end zone.
Well, the way I looked when I seen it, to me, it looked like he went down in the end zone.
Yes.
Or whatever. Because when it shot, I was like, I say, damn, we didn't got a safety, But then when they overturned it, I was like, okay, we caught a break. But I still felt like it was a safety.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't.
Well, we see.
I don't. And it wasn't a safety. It wasn't a safety. Because if you look at the rule book, that wasn't a safety.
My thing is just there wasn't enough evidence to overturn the initial call. It was inconclusive. It was so close. They made the call. You can't. And the guy, I guess in New York, I forget his name. He said that. Well, after they had the view, I guess he said it was not a safety. But to me, it just wasn't enough proof for them to overturn that.
Well, we know why you wanted it to be a safety, but it's all good.
It's all right. It turned out to be an L regardless, but I mean, it was just, they were keeping y'all in the game for sure. That one, that was a big, huge play. If you have to turn the ball over, give up 2 points and give the ball back to them, man, that's, you really behind the 8 ball.
Well, too bad we couldn't actually have a consistent pass rush. That's one thing that's been killing us all year, is having a consistent pass rush game in, game out. We missed Clowney too. We missed Clowney that game. I was like, damn, I wish Clowney could have played, but he didn't play.
Yeah, it looked like first couple of plays, you were getting a golf, and then all of a sudden, he just wasn't getting touched.
Because they went to that max protection, and then they actually had Gibbs on the outside, put him in basically a power position, as they call it. And I'm like, yo, what are they doing? Oh, here we go.
Was that the safety?
Yeah, that's the safety. Because we didn't run the 5-2-4 a lot that game either. We didn't run it a lot, unfortunately.
That's a safety, yo. That's a safety, yo. That's a safety, yo.
Look, go back to the replay and look where he was. Look where the ball is, and then he was forced in the end zone. You can't see the ball from that angle.
I think what happened is, and the ball was where it was at. The whistle blew. So I think they killed it at that moment. Anyway.
Okay. That's the only way I can say that it wasn't a safety.
Yeah. I think when the ball before they got him over into the end zone, the whistle had blown. So that killed the fact of it being a safety at that point anyway, because the whistle had already blown. So basically the play should have already been shut down.
Okay. I'll give that it, but if you just go straight off of just straight film, that's a safety.
Right. If you
Now, I can see if he was actually in the end zone, but he wasn't in the end zone. That's why too.
Well, he was straddling the end zone.
I don't know what the hell Kenyatta was at, saw, but he was in that damn end zone.
His whole body was in there.
His whole body was in the end zone. His whole body. Like I said, the only thing that I seen when I went back and I rewind it and I watched it and I rewind it and I watched it, I said, okay, this is the only thing I can say. I said is I heard the whistle blow before he got was down in the end zone. I heard the whistle blow because what Dak did is he forced himself to keep the ball over the line to where it wouldn't be a safety. But the way they came at him, I was like, that's a safety. But because I heard the whistle blow, I said that killed the play. But so that's another reason why they couldn't overturn it.
Man.
But that was a damn, that was a damn safety. I don't know what your eyes saw.
Listen, it's not a safety. Just like holding is subjective on every play. You know what I'm saying? It's the same damn thing. There we go. How about that?
Yeah, just like that long run, was it 48-yard touchdown run that Barkley had? There was a blatant hold on that.
Blatant hold.
Blatant hold.
That was a big hold because I was like, ain't no way they missed this hold because that would have came back.
He was bear hugging him from behind.
He missed it. See, sometimes, it is what it is. Imperfect. The referees are just imperfect like everybody else. Human error, but it's all good.
But that makes,
like I said, they all even out.
That referees, the human element of the game when it comes to referees is what makes the game the game. Because a lot of calls are subjective. Me being an ex-football player, I see plays on the field, and I'd be like, oh, man, he could have got out of that. Or there's times I tell coaches, Coach, you're calling hold. You want me to call holding on the offensive line, but your D lineman, he ain't even trying to get off the ball. So it's all about, subjectivity.
That's it. All I know is we took an L.
At the end of the day, the Eagles and the Cowboys took an L this past weekend.
I had a feeling that was going to happen too.
We didn't make any ground on the Eagles, and the Eagles didn't put any distance, between themselves and us, right. which is making it for interesting last. Everybody's gonna have to watch these last 4 games. Ain't nobody gonna be sitting down unless
we lose 2 in a row.
Unless we lose 2, yeah. If we lose 2 in a row, then the Eagles will have to lose all 4, and I don't think that's gonna happen. So,
no, I don't think we're gonna lose that. I don't think we're gonna do that. Team's gonna be focused. Shot is gonna make sure they focus. Don't forget, we just played 4 games in like 18 days. So this time, at least we get some rest.
Yeah. All right. I know one of the last topics I want to talk about. The Shedeur Sanders situation.
I hate that.
Why the hell?
Oh, I found something out. I heard something about this just a few minutes ago. So
why he took him out?
No, just the animosity that he has towards Shador Sanders.
Because of Deion, something about his dad, right?
Yeah. So Deion, when he's playing Atlanta as a Brave, they got to the World Series, I believe, and while they were celebrating, he dumped all this water on Tim McCarver. Tim McCarver was saying some nonsense about him. He didn't know the situation, talking about him all crazy. And these people act like black athletes' families don't watch the games, and they just say any old thing. And anyway, so during the celebration, Sanders dumped cold water on Tim McCarver. Mm-hmm. Turns out that Tim McCarver is the coach's grandfather. I never knew that. It's the fancy's grandfather is Tim McCarver. So, that must have been something in their family all these years, and I know Tim McCarver died maybe a couple of years ago, right? But, it's so petty. So something happened to your grandfather like 20 years ago. You're going to use that against Shador Sanders and sabotage. You're sabotaging your team, really. You're not just sabotaging him. Yeah, it's like you'd rather lose your job than have this guy have success underneath your watch. It's so crazy, but he's just forced to the way that Shador Sanders played. He played great. That's what these guys have to do. They have to play great under duress in order for them to keep their spots, where other guys just got to basically show up. So, because if he had a mediocre game, they probably would have been like, well, we're not sure you could be the starter for the rest of the year. Let's give Dylan another shot. But, he goes for 364 yards, throws for 3 touchdowns, runs for another, and then this clown pulls him out. I'm like, what are you doing? He just didn't want him to win this game. And he came back. He played a great game. The defense, I don't know what happened to the Cleveland defense, but they let that young man down.
No, Tony Pollard played a good game. I was like, oh man, we could use Tony Pollard now. Tony Pollard had a great game.
Y'all used to talk crap about that dude.
No, we never talked crap about Tony Pollard. We wanted him to stay.
Yeah, we wanted him to stay. Especially, after, when he first took over for Zeke, he balled, and even when Zeke was there, he was balling. Yeah. So yeah, I miss Tony Pollard, but that's the role players that we have. And I'm saying role players because Jerry signs the starters. It's those role players, that depth that we need that he doesn't keep. But it is what it is. But I was, Kevin Stefanski, whatever the hell his name is, your quarterback he balled his ass off. And you take the game out of his hands. Come on now.
It's ridiculous.
That was just plain. I know these guys get paid millions of dollars to do what they do, but Jesus Christ, they make some decisions sometimes that, I would think that I think that a peewee coach wouldn't make.
I don't know how you could take him out of the game after he marched you all the way down there. He tied up the game. You're down by 2 scores. He ties up the game, and in all your wisdom, you take him out. I was like, what are you doing? What is this man doing? And it made no sense whatsoever. And then the play call they had, I'm like, what is that? That looked like, some Keystone Cops BS. And it had the guy tossing across. It looked like the end of the game or something. You know how you just trying to keep pitching it back. I'm like, have this man drop back and throw dimes like he's been doing all afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
See, but the point is, when they first scored the first touchdown, they went for 2. if they would have actually kicked the extra point, they didn't have to go for 2.
He didn't have to go
and
for
I'm
2
like,
anyway.
yo, what are you doing, bro? You playing Tennessee Titans? What are you doing? I just don't understand it. Shador throws for 397 yards, 3 touchdowns, and that's what you do. Deion was in the stands too. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that's probably why. Because again, he thinking about his grandfather getting drenched by Deion, and he want to win, but not he want to win in a certain way. You know, I'm like, nah, man. The way is through Sanders, and just like he told you, he is what y'all been looking for. So why not just accept him who he is? And if you need a humble quarterback, go to another organization, man. Stop playing around with this, because this kid got it. That's all it is. He got it, and it came down from his father. So, you know, the way y'all are treating Arch Manning and all these other Nepo babies, why can't he be treated the same? And just not even give him special treatment, just give him the opportunity, a fair opportunity, like you gave Dylan. You got Dylan practicing with the ones for weeks. You got Shador practicing with the ones for 5 days. I'm like, come on, man.
Because he didn't want him. He didn't want him. He didn't want
him. There's a lot of, he hadn't had a lot of reps with the number ones. Yeah. And for him to play as good as he did last week, you know, and I mean, and don't get me wrong, we all know he still got some growing pains.
Of course,
he still got some. But look at how many other these little rookies that we put on the field their first or second year, and look how good these guys are doing. But they've had the reps in practice. Mm-hmm. Their coaches didn't give up on them.
They tried to set him up to fail, and he passed. And like I said, if he had a mediocre game, they'd be talking about giving Dylan another shot. They really would. But he played so well, he can't be denied. You know, you can't. And then, like he said, he's going to be started for the remainder of the year. Duh. Because if you didn't, them Cleveland fans will come out in pitchforks and come after you. This guy got don't he still got the number 1 jersey?
Yeah, he has the number 1 jersey sale, and they also have their attendance has also been way more than what it was. Some of their season ticket holders came back and bought their season tickets because of Shador, because they wanted to see Shador. So I don't see them letting him move, because some people were saying they don't think he'll be at Cleveland next year. I don't see them moving him because he's a money piece for them. Yeah. So I don't see them moving him from there. But I just don't like the way that he's being treated there either. And whatever reason Kevin don't like Shador, that's his problem. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to coach him, then I suggest you find another job.
That's it. That's simple. You don't want to be there. You don't want to coach him. You're offended about what he did to your grandfather. Leave. Because, you know, you're not going to try to destroy this dude's career because some personal riff you have with his dad, which is silly and you know, it's immature. And then I'm like, what are you doing, man? And Shador, his people are so smart, right? Soon as he was signed, him and the agent, they found all these community, like these charities and to get involved with. So they always get a he did this in Colorado. They get a grassroots kind of following even before the game starts. So he's already beloved by the city before the damn games even start. And you're going to try to go against that? You can't. Yeah. And that's why he's backed into this position now where he's got to coach him. And he's a decent coach, apparently. I think he's won Coach of the Year twice. Yeah. You know, so coach, man, do your job.
It's hard to coach somebody, though, if you got animosity for their father.
Right. But you have to let it go.
It's professional.
Right.
You got to be professional.
You got to be a professional. That's it.
You separate.
You can't do that. You got to separate it for that moment. And if you feel like you can't separate it, that's when you go let them know that you can't separate it, and you go on, because they're not gonna let the person go that's bringing in the money. Shador bringing the money.
Yeah.
He's bringing in he's bringing the money in. So they're not gonna let that person go. So if you don't want to coach him or you got animosity with him, then you need to let them know so you can move on. You can move on. But as a grown adult, Shadur is still a child to him. So you have you sit down and and talk to him, and you ain't got to say, "Oh, I don't like you because you did whatever to my grandfather." You just have a conversation with him and say, "Watch how you speak to the media. Watch some of the things that you say. You know, however to whoever." You have a conversation with him because he's still a kid. Yeah, but what 20, what 22, 23?
Yeah.
He's a young boy. He's young.
Yeah, he's young. You know, and it's not his fault that he comes from that Deion Sanders is his daddy. If that's not his fault, that the person that Deion was in the league and the person that the people that most of the league didn't like, so now they trying to take it out on his kids. That ain't cool.
No.
That's not cool at all.
Like, what did he actually
That's
do?
collusion, though. That's collusion.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what did this guy do?
Who, Deion?
Yeah, no, not Deion. Shador for them to
He
be
haven't done anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
they don't like him because of his
And
daddy.
his dad.
They feel like this is a good back. It's a get back to his daddy because they could never do it to Prime. So now they doing it and doing through his kids to do it, which is unacceptable. When it is so many coach teams out here are now speaking out saying that they were told not to draft him.
These people are so stupid because all they're doing is setting him up a springboard for greatness. They're putting him in these environments where he can show greatness, and that's what he did this weekend. It's backfiring on them. You know, you try to set him up. You didn't play him with the starters. It didn't matter because that's how good he is. And you know, you got the most. And the craziest thing is, this is the type of quarterback they said everybody, you know, all these scouts and said they want a pocket passer who's accurate, you know, and this is what he is, and they still have a problem with him because he plays music when he comes into the locker room or something so minute, but it annoys certain communities, man. It's so annoying. It's so annoying to me.
They say his arrogance. They say he's arrogant. They said his arrogance of how arrogant he is, and he hasn't done nothing, and he hasn't won anything in the NFL to be arrogant. And it all comes the fact of who his dad is. I mean, if you don't have confidence and trust in yourself, who will?
Who will?
If you don't believe who you are, who will?
I don't know any NFL quarterbacks that have small egos. I don't know who's the NFL quarterback got a small ego.
Well, shit, Jackson Dart got the biggest ego. If you ask
me. The biggest ego.
You see him with the diamonds and flashing and all this stuff.
Yeah, he act like they one game away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they love him. Oh, look at him. He's brash. Look at his moxie and all of this crap.
Yeah, they love him in New York. They act like he one game away from going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When he 4 away from going home.
But see, that's the media. A media can create you. They can have you up on a pedestal. Then they can actually be your downfall as well. It's damn media.
See, I just think too, this social media world now, I just think back then when the on was all playing, you didn't have all this. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have all these social media things. We didn't know all this information about how much a player making, you know, or the behind the scenes stuff that's going on with players and coaches. We wasn't privy to all that information back then. Now it's a new world, new generation. So everything is put out there. Like you have to truly just watch every movie you make because everything is put out there. You be in the club dancing, having a good time. Next thing you know, you posted up on somebody's damn IG page.
There's cameras everywhere now.
And you just having a good time.
Everybody has
a phone. But you're gonna be judged. You're gonna be judged. Now, why she dancing like that? And she in her 50s. Well, how the hell I supposed to dance at 50? Please tell me. What I supposed to do? If I supposed to just go stand up in the corner and drink a drink? I mean, it's crazy.
Evidently, you're not supposed to be doing that. You know how it is.
It's crazy.
Social media.
Yeah. So another topic I wanted to touch on was, let's talk about Josh Allen.
Who, Superman?
So it's looking like, well, we know he won't have to play against Burrow, but it's looking like he won't have to play against Mahomes, and it's looking like he won't have to play against Lamar in the playoffs. So my question is, because we all know the reason why he make it past the divisional round is because he had to play Mahomes, and he never beat Mahomes when it mattered, right? It's looking like he won't have to play Mahomes for that. So is the Super Bowl a bust for him?
Yeah, Super Bowl a bust for him. They've been gassing this guy up for the last 3 years, and he's a very good quarterback, but he hasn't done it. So it should be Super Bowl bust for him. And regardless, even if those guys were playing Burrows and Lamar, because he's been knocking on the door of, supposed greatness. But so if he doesn't make it, I don't want to hear anything from anybody. It just, like you said, he's got a path now that they should get to the Super Bowl.
But does he though? Does he?
I mean, that's what I'm asking.
New England
is the Super Bowl a bust for him?
If we're going to bash Dak and beat Dak up for not making it to a Super Bowl, then Josh Allen needs the same treatment.
Yeah.
Same treatment. And as much as I hate to say this, I say the same thing about Lamar.
I was just about to bring him up. He's my next topic.
They make it to the championship games and this, that, and the other, but you choke 1 or 2 games later. What's the difference? And I don't want to hear this. They made it to this game. They made it to the championship game. We all know that in order to win in the NFL, you got to have a decent team and you got to have a little luck. So every quarterback, as good as Baker Mayfield was playing last year, his expectations were high, especially when he went, when he had the good record that he had at the beginning of the year. So give all these quarterbacks the same
the same treatment.
The same treatment.
The same treatment.
Have y'all watched Buffalo's defense? That's another. Have y'all watched Buffalo's?
Yeah, their defense is terrible too.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Their defense is terrible as well. But if they want Josh Allen to be this person that they've been dying for him to be in this league, he needs to make it to the Super Bowl. Period. Especially since he has a clear path. I think the only team he may have to worry about is the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think that's the only team he may have to worry about. It's the Patriots. But I feel like he have a clear path to make it to the Super Bowl this year. I don't want to hear nothing about he made it to the NFC Championship again. I don't want to hear that because he done made it there. He done made it there more than once. And the person that he can't seem to beat is Patrick Mahomes when it matter. You beat him in the regular season, but you'll never beat him in the playoffs. So while we on the AFC side, let's talk about Lamar. Is Lamar hurt? What's going on? Or have teams have totally figured him out? Because there's so much more film out there now.
He's hurt. I could tell he doesn't. I watched a lot of that game. He has no explosiveness, and he just doesn't look like the same guy. So, but the media has different standards for certain quarterbacks, and he's one of those quarterbacks. I remember when his mom was negotiating his deal, they were calling him dumb, and his parents look at these people who are handling him. So they want him to fail. He doesn't look like all the rest of the other quarterbacks. He doesn't sound like the rest of the quarterbacks. And he remember he fell too. He was the last pick in the first round after a Heisman, year. So, I feel bad for him because he can't perform the way he wants to perform, and they're not gonna take that into account. They're just gonna say he choked again.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Kind of like they saying the same thing like they saying about Jalen. He's a running back turned quarterback. And
their defense is not that good either.
Their defense is not good neither. No, it's not.
Aaron Rodgers picked them apart last week. So, I mean, it's not just him digressing because he is hurt, but their defense, oh my God, their defense is poor. They let Aaron Rodgers do that to him and Metcalf do that to him last week. I'm like, are you kidding me? So it can't always be on Lamar. It can't. That defense is bad.
Well, that's the same thing we say about Dak. It can't always be on Dak. It's not always Dak's fault. Even this year, the games that we lost, they were not on Dak. They were on defense and special teams, minus Brandon Aubrey from the special teams. They were it was defense.
No, I get you, but don't forget that plays for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Dallas Cowboys, basically, when you have that star on your helmet, you're an immediate target. And Troy Aikman said that. Danny White says that. Roger Staubach, all the quarterbacks, all the great quarterbacks for the Cowboys say the same thing. When you're playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, you held to a higher standard than anybody else, basically. So even though I love Dak Prescott, but, hey, he plays quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So they're going to hold you to a higher standard. That's just how it is, unfortunately. And Lamar is playing hurt, but their team is digressing as well. They might lose. They're going to lose maybe 2 out of the next 4 games.
Who's that?
The Ravens.
Oh.
Listen, I watched a lot of that Ravens game.
Yeah, they don't look like they're going to make the playoffs, right?
I mean, Pittsburgh tore them apart, and Pittsburgh was struggling. Aaron Rodgers was struggling to throw the ball deep. He tore them apart. So that's why I know it's a quarterback league, and the quarterback get to blame for everything, but they got to blame some of that on the defense as well. Just like with Dak Prescott, when Dak plays well, it's not his fault. It's a team game. It's the defense's fault. But we do. It's our own fan base that be doing it to us too, though. We have some fans that don't like our quarterback, which is crazy to me.
Shoot, they want my quarter. They asking for the backup right now in Philly.
I know you going.
I know you lying. Who's y'all backup?
We got a good backup. This guy Tanner. What the hell's his name? Tanner. He's like
the fact that you keep saying
what?
Keep Jalen in there.
No, of course, me. I'm not. I'm just saying. But he is.
If you can't rattle his name off,
Tanner McKee is Tanner.
If you can't rattle his name off,
Tanner McKee.
Tanner McKee is the guy's name, and he's like 6'5", 240. I mean, he's a tall. He can't move at all, but he's accurate and he's got a quick release. And every time he comes in there, he lights it up. So that's
shit. We went to that with Cooper Rush. As soon as they have a bad game, we played better under Cooper Rush. He was like, "Give me a break."
Yeah, he's not gonna. They're not gonna do it. But you know how there's people, like you said, it's just people who don't. It was just 10 months ago. The guy was the MVP of the Super Bowl. Now they talking about,
that's it.
Now they talking about
that's how fast fans turn on you.
Yeah.
That's how fast they turn on you. And just going back to the George Pickens thing, that's the reason why I said, okay, he has one game like this.
Right.
And y'all quick to want to hurry up and say, oh, he's showing us what he did in Pittsburgh. Oh, he doing the same thing he did in Pittsburgh. He a problem. Oh no, he about to be a problem. That was one game. You know what I'm saying? And if I see this consistently the next 4 games out of him or whatever, then it's gonna raise my eyebrow a little bit. What are we gonna do with him? What are we gonna do with this? And then it would pique our interest in the draft. You know, do we go get a wide receiver out the draft? You know, so I'm just saying, but you know, I'm not gonna turn on him for one game. Everybody have bad games, and that Detroit game was just a bad game. It was a bad Ferguson's game. Fergie game. Fergie ain't never had played that bad in the game.
Some of
So
that's media creation though too though. The media creates a lot of that hysteria, especially on ESPN. After the Cowboys lose, oh, they going back to the same old Cowboys, this and that. So a lot of this George Pickens hate comes from the media, and a lot of fans feed into that. Just like in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia media is going at Jalen Hurts right now, right? And now the fans are just buying into it. A lot of this is created by the media, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush. Oh, Cooper Rush, he's so effective. He's efficient. Man, what? I remember he couldn't throw over 90 yards and the defense had to win the games. We went through the same thing. Wayne. Trust me. The backup is always most popular,
yeah.
When the starting quarterback is struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you know what I'm about to say.
Yes, I do.
Old man time.
It's old man time.
I know. No, it's LeBron James time. I'm about to watch the Chosen One right now. So we got the. I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I'm looking at LeBron out there. I see him.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all watch the episode, the new 30 for 30 with Stuart Scott. It's very, very.
That's my man. Stuart is my man.
Yes. Yeah. It's you know, it premiered tonight. I'm sure it came on at 8, but they're gonna probably show it again at 10. It was very, very, very entertaining. I mean, you know, I love Stuart Scott too. And it was just kind of crazy how some people was treating him in the league. I mean, in the media. It was crazy.
Yeah, because he was different. You know, people don't like different
slang and stuff. Is that what they were talking about?
Oh, too much hip hop going on with the slang and all this. Yeah, right.
I miss him, and I
loved it though.
Wish he was here rather than Stephen A. Smith for sure.
Yo, here you go.
What? I wish he was. This guy is a disgusting human being, if you ask me. Ooh, LeBron. All right, guys.
Here you go. The game just started. Relax.
How many times we gonna see this guy? Ain't too many times we gonna see him play.
Man, listen.
I don't watch it. No. I don't miss it. I don't watch it. So.
You don't watch it?
No, I don't watch. I don't watch basketball to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, I feel you. But like I said, it's only a few more games we're gonna see this guy play, and I'm gonna try to see as much as I can. I'll tell you the story. My son lives in LA, so we're gonna visit him. And I was like, oh, let me look at the schedule. I was like, great. He was playing, they were playing the I think Pelicans. But as the week was going on, they were winning these games, but he was logging all these minutes and they were going into overtime. And in the back of my head, I was like, oh my God. Now I'd already played the tickets for the whole family. So we get there to the crypt. I'm all excited and everything. And about a half an hour before the game, they said LeBron James is not going to play. This was the first game his very first game he took off for the year. And I was like, oh, I saw it coming too. And I was pissed. Because I don't think I don't know when I'm going to see him, if I'm going to get a chance to see him. So, but
they play in New York again, don't they?
They play, I think, New York once a year, right?
They play in New York. They just played in Philly, so he'd be back on the East Coast. They got to go to Brooklyn.
The money is.
I know.
That
those seats are not cheap.
No, they're not cheap at all. But we'll see. I'll try to make it.
No picks this week, or just straight to old man time.
No, it's old man time.
Well, pick your games. You think you're gonna beat the Vikings, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna beat the Vikings.
And you think you're gonna, and you think that you guys, we know you're gonna beat the Raiders.
We better.
So there's There's no even picking those, those situations.
Kenny Pickens is the quarterback, for crying out loud.
For who?
Well, who?
For the Raiders this weekend. Kenny Pickens is playing.
Oh, they sitting Gino?
Gino hurt.
He's too banged up.
His shoulder.
Oh, he hurt. Okay.
He's hurt. He got Kenny Pickens.
Oh yeah, y'all should have been. That game by big.
I'm not saying nothing. I ain't saying none. I thought we gonna beat all these other teams, so we'll see. We'll see how we'll see how it plays out, because who knows, man.
Our game, Justin Jefferson. We can't let him get off. We can't let Justin Jefferson.
Or Addison.
Addison's good.
Addison's okay, but it's more Jefferson, because Jefferson got the swag, and once he starts going, I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
Well, y'all at home, right?
Yeah, we at home Sunday night, baby.
So y'all should be fine. Y'all should be fine.
Okay.
Pass rush.
Yeah, got to. Yeah, they can't let JJ McCarthy get out there and play, and and beat them. And he's banged up too, so But anyway, it's been great tonight.
All right, guys.
As always, appreciate everybody from tuning in, taking time out their schedule to watch us and listen to us. We appreciate you guys. Kenyatta, you could take us out.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the Safe Zone. Appreciate everybody for watching. Comments. God bless everybody. Go Cowboys. We should win handily this weekend. We should win. But hey, it's football, so you never know. Just this holiday season, just say prayers for everyone who basically lost loved ones, and it's a difficult time for them right now. And just love on your friends and your family right now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
God bless everybody.
Good night.
See you next week. Good night.
God bless.
Good night.